Hey, thanks for joining me. I'm just a fellow who loves beer, and today I'll be retasting my 376th different beer, Muskoka Brewery's Twice as Mad Tom IPA. They were established in 1996 and are based out of Bracebridge, Ontario. Just on the cap, the regular one from that company. And off the packaging, while the legend of Mad Tom is laden with mystery and intrigue, one thing remains clear: Mad Tom did things his own way. Twice as Mad Tom is an aggressively twice dry-hopped Imperial India Pale Ale that delivers a definitive hop aroma and unabashedly big, bold flavor. We brew this beer with the road less traveled in mind, and in the spirit of old Mad Tom, we make no bones about it. It's noted as a strong beer, which clocks in at 8.4%. So that opens up a whole bunch of questions. Double IPA against Imperial IPA. It's noted as both. It's basically taking an India Pale Ale and supercharging it. This is the double IPA. Essentially, hey, Mr. Banner, gamma rays! And expect as much. The hop presence is upped, the alcohol percentage is upped, malty, rich flavors, a much bolder and much beastier beer. So then what's Imperial IPA? Originally, Imperial comes from a style of strong stout brewed in England for the Russian imperial court in the late 1700s. Imperial essentially equates to stronger. Higher hopped, higher alcohol, bolder version of the classic. I've seen Imperial Hefeweizens, stouts, IPAs, Pilsners, Oktoberfests, Porters, pumpkin ales, red ale, and there's probably more out there. Double IPA and Imperial IPA are thus essentially the same thing. I'm not left-handed versus I'm right-handed. Anyway, so what's the base to imperialize? So that would be coming from... Well, that didn't work. Mad Tom IPA. So the original one clocks in at 6.4% with an IBU of 62. Becomes twice as Mad Tom IPA with 8.4% and IBU of 71. Keeping in mind that the palate can only register to around 100 IBU, that's a pretty healthy step up. It keeps going! So who's Mad Tom? Tom Thompson was a treasured Canadian artist, a member of the Group of Seven, whose death is wrapped up in mystery. In 1917, when his body was found in Canoe Lake near Muskoka, it was hurriedly buried before the coroner could arrive. Apparently, he was on his way to collect a debt so that he could buy a suit and get married, but he never returned. His death was never investigated despite the suspicious wound on his temple and the cord wrapped around his foot. The story continues that his ghost is believed to still haunt the lake. He might be the reason for the name. They actually had a whole ad campaign which featured 4 alternate plausible reasons to fan the flames of mystery around the name. On to the beer. Let's give this a try. So it's a wonderful dark, I'm going to say peachy color, looks very thick. Fingers definitely disappear behind that. Got about a finger of head off of it. Still going with the carbonation. I'm going to say that that is pretty white, although a little bit of a shade of tan to it on the head. Looks like a very nice beer. Let's give it a try. Oh man. Okay, so just checking out the lacing on that. Ridiculous. Wow. Okay. I've had this before and I've enjoyed it then and I enjoy it now too. This is a tremendous beer. What I gathered from it, the hops literally slap you in the face like a fish. Not that that's bad. We expected as much going into it. Deep citrus, some alcohol notes there on the aroma, malty, smells almost like bug spray. Welcoming wash across the palate when you taste it. Malt rolling around like a steamroller with big, sweet, toasty, biscuity smoothness. Then the hops sink their hooks in and hit you with big expressive notes of pine, wet grass, citrus rind. Awesome. Some yeasty notes of floral play nicely and subtly in the background. I noted the crazy lacing. Amazing hoppy beer. On my metric system, I'll give it a 2. Excellent. For an Imperial IPA, it does its name proud. If you're a hophead, you'll love it. If you're not, then probably not. Try the regular Mad Tom first and work up to it. This is a great beer, but you have to love the style to appreciate it. If you drink the domestic water and think that this sounds cool, work your way up in your IPAs first to actually be able to appreciate this. It's well worth it. Lacing monster. That is just ridiculous. Wow. Awesome beer. Cheers.